Hello everybody, welcome back, Johnny here, and this week we finished Outer Worlds, and what a game, guys. I'm gonna share with you all of my different thoughts about the game. I'll try to describe the best way I can what the game has to offer and all of that. There will be a link to the playthrough if you are interested in checking that out. You can also check me out over on Twitch. There's a link down below with times and all of that stuff. But let's get into it. The Outer Worlds thrusts you into a sci-fi plot taking place in a human space colony called Halcyon. You're woken up from hibernation only to find out countless other people remain on ice and will die unless you're able to procure certain chemicals that are needed. All this comes from a less than reputable source in the form of a stereotypical mad scientist who, as it turns out, happens to be a fugitive. As a backdrop to your immediate mission, there's the conflict of massive corporations abusing and manipulating workers, who are essentially company property, and those who are exiled and oppose the system. As you traverse the planets in the system, you will encounter different perspectives and instances of that overarching conflict, and you will often be asked to take sides. And make no mistake, your actions will sway the scales one way or another. There is typically no neutral option, so be ready to make tough decisions. In fact, that's one of the game's greatest strengths, the fact that in most cases it isn't a clear-cut good versus evil decision. Each group is motivated by different goals, and you can usually see where they're coming from. And in the end, you will see what outcome your actions and decisions have produced. From a gameplay standpoint, The Outer Worlds is certainly derivative of past Fallout games with its own spin on things like skills, perks, and weapon systems. When you create your character, you choose the base characteristics that will define you, and these have a direct impact in gameplay. For example, a higher charm stat will produce more favorable reputation reactions, while also improving the rate your companion skills refresh at. These will also contribute to your base stats for all your skills, such as hacking, lockpicking, persuasion, carry capacity, etc. Every time you level up, you get to spend 10 skill points in any of those skills, depending on what you're going for. Most skills impact both dialogue outcomes and gameplay in some way. In addition to this, every 2 levels you can pick a perk from a pool of several options. These can be either fixed buffs, like carry weight increases, or conditional buffs, for example, subject to being alone in a party. Lastly, there will be times when you will be given the option of embracing a flaw, which will mean accepting a specific debuff in exchange for a perk point. So those are the RPG building blocks that will shape how your character performs in combat, making you more effective with certain types of weapons, for example, melee versus ranged, or regular weapons versus science weapons. In practice, I found that melee combat was very lacking, and I never felt like I was truly making contact with an enemy. On the other hand, ranged combat felt really satisfying, especially once I unlocked some of the more interesting science weapons, causing all kinds of unexpected havoc to enemies. I enjoy most of the weapon models and found them to be diverse and interesting, however the sound department was a bit lacking for me, with many gun sounds feeling underwhelming. Lastly, for the combat, I would say the AI is quite simplistic, and I found the hard difficulty to be a better balance than normal, especially if you're leveling up your weapons and gear. When it comes to graphical presentation, the game is a looker, there's no way around it. Different planets offer a unique look with highly saturated color palettes and unique flora and fauna throughout. It does not break any benchmarks of current gen, but it offers a compelling and visually engaging experience. And of course, we could not end this video without talking more about the music. The game has an amazing theme in the main menu that is used in several places and is also the jingle that plays when you level up. I found this particular theme to be really inspired and representative of the sci-fi setting. It hits you with a couple of incredible key changes that I was not expecting while listening to it, and overall is an awesome piece. In general though, I found the music to be fairly lean in the game, especially during exploration. I would have liked to have some more themes for each planet, but what was there was of high quality. The game performed quite well on my system with a steady 60 FPS at 1440p on ultra settings with no stutters or noticeable issues. However, I did run into 2 nasty bugs. One caused me to not be able to unlock one of the companions, and the other one prevented me from progressing the normal way in a quest Altogether, the game took me about 25 hours to complete, doing all the side quests that came up, and I felt it was a great length. It also felt like the game really respected my time, with no filler moments and good fast travel and reload options. Finally, some of the companions have truly compelling arcs and interesting drives and personalities. I really enjoyed the banter between different companions while out in missions, and I feel like they really add a lot to the experience. So that's it, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down below or hit me up on Twitter where we can connect after this. And remember, you can join us over on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Links and times for that stuff down below. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.